Hi there, I'm Christopher McLeod, aka Diagnostic 80 from the Full Force podcast, Generals Joe's Reviews, In Demand Toys Reviews, and my own damn reviews for Diagnostic 80's Reviews. Stop saying reviews. Another year down, and another crapload of awesome vintage and modern toys picked up from various conventions, stores, and of course the magical fun-filled world of internet shopping. Following on from last year's top 10 releases, I thought I would put you all through it once again for general shizzles and gigglers. This time I've decided to offer up a prize in conjunction with the Full Force podcast and In Demand Toys for one lucky viewer. I will come to that later. First up, a quick rundown of last year's list. At 10, she had a huge gun and fought aliens in the movie Aliens, NECA's Private Jeanette Vasquez. Number 9, in a galaxy far, far away, it's the droid on roids, Hasbro's 6-inch Black Series K2SO. Number 8, Lord of the Dance of the Thundercats, the late Matty Collector's Third Earth subscription service Lion-O. At number 7, still one of the best G.I. Joe figures ever made, a title she will probably continue to hold for a few years now as well, the G.I. Joe Collectors Club 3 3/4 incentive figure Pythona. Number 6, Boss Fight Studios' River Styx Guardian in all his electric celeste blue glory. Number 5, the marvellous Marvel legend Rogue without the southern drawl voice box.
Whatever you say, sugar.
At number 4, even though there's 4 of them, the SH Figuarts TMNT figures. Number 3, Transformers masterpiece Inferno.
You know, say that I'm a snowman, I go blam. I like you boom boom down. Take the man that says that I'm a snowman, slam somewhere down the lane. I like you boom boom down.
At number 2, another Transformers masterpiece, this time an homage of the original figure Ultra Magnus was based on and a repaint of Masterpiece Ultra Magnus, Delta Magnus. Stop saying Magnus. And finally, number 1, the NYCC exclusive Shredder and the Foot Clan box set by NECA. That was last year's, so 2017 had a lot to live up to, and it ruddy well did. I should say at this point that this is my personal top 10 of toys that A, were released in 2017, and B, I actually purchased. It's all my own opinion, so if you don't like it, go f*** yourself in your face with a massive So starting at 10, we have a toy company that not only appeared a number of times in last year's list, but appear a number of times in this one to boot. With one of my favourite movies of all time, Dirty Darts, Predator, this is the SDCC exclusive NECA Jungle Briefing Dutch. NECA have created some truly awesome Predator figures over the years, but this one was just inspired. Taken directly from the opening scene where we see Arnie for the first time along with his team of Special Forces mercenaries exiting a helicopter and then making their way up the beach in jeeps, Arnie takes a detour to get briefed by General Phillips, only to find his son of a friend Dylan, played by Carl Weathers, in the room.
Dylan! You son of a...
This testosterone-fueled meeting is also immortalised in the incredible box art on the NECA release of the figure and gives us hope that one day we will see a NECA Dylan action figure, not to mention all of the other great characters from that spectacular movie. Even though he's another version of Dutch, I just love him and was very happy that this was made. An awesome start at number 10. Number 9, the second of 6 San Diego Comic-Con exclusives that make it into this esteemed list. We were given a small reveal of this toy before SDCC, which was an officially licensed collaboration project between high-end toy company 1000 Toys and 2 designer clothing companies, Bait and Alpha Industries. They took the Hasbro-owned G.I. Joe property and one of its core characters, Duke, in a completely different direction. 1000 Toys and Bait had already released 12-inch versions of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow with a slight twist, making them cyborgs and changing up their origins for a short description on their bios. With Duke, they went next level, making him some awesome soft goods secondaries, including a reversible jacket that displayed an awesome piece of vintage Duke art. Alpha Industries also made an exclusive human-sized jacket to go along with the figure, and of course I had to murder 5 people to get hold of one of them for myself. The figure is pretty awesome, highly detailed, beautifully designed, superbly articulated, and his face comes off to reveal a cyborg underneath. A crazy but stunning number 9. My first honourable mention slots in nicely here and relates to G.I. Joe. Following on from last year's Pythona incentive figure from the club, we got another 87 movie homage with Big Lob. He just misses out on a place on this list, but I still think needed a mention. At number 8, we have our first of one Star Wars entry. Yet another SDCC exclusive, and this one was a real biggie for me. As a Black Series collector and a fan of the expanded universe around Star Wars, I absolutely love any obscure character release, and when I heard that Thrawn was getting the 6-inch treatment, I nearly followed through, or in this case, followed Thrawn. He first appeared in 1991 in the first book of the Thrawn trilogy, Heir to the Empire, written by Timothy Zahn, and has had a slight resurgence in recent years in comics, new books, and the animated series Star Wars Rebels.
Just a moment. Guards, bring her here.
I was ecstatic to find out that he was going to be available as a superb Black Series offering in a decorative display box, and with a ton of accessories homaging elements from many of his iterations, and even Indiana Jones and the Dark Crystal. He looks incredible, and I'm very glad we can finally have this intriguing character at this scale in the toys. Gearsa Bluey at number 8. I can't talk about Star Wars toys and not at least mention a few that didn't make it into my top 10 this year. Luke and his amazing land speeder, and Rey and her awesome Jakku speeder. Both are just fantastic, but Thrawn edges it for me due to his blueness. This list makes zero sense. Number 7, and guess what? Yep, it's NECA and SDCC all over again. This little homage is a nod to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Hero from my point of view, 80s cartoon episode titled The Case of the Killer Pizzas from Season 2. The NECA Sewer Mutation alien is a simple but superbly effective yellow repaint of an alien xenomorph figure, and works great as one of the mutated monsters that tormented the Turtles & Co. in this one single episode. So why do I like this so much? Well, for one, it combines two of my favourite franchises together without it being a forced crossover. Homage is a very specific episode that a true fan will instantly recognise. It's ridiculously simple, and it just works so well for my number 7 of 2017. At number 6, oh look, SDCC exclusive again. For this entry, we have a collaboration between Hasbro and IDW. In September 2016, IDW released a comic crossover event that linked a number of Hasbro-owned properties together, including Transformers, G.I. Joe, Action Man, Mask, ROM, the Micronauts, and technically much later, over a year later, the Visionaries. This event inspired the Incredible Revolution box set by Hasbro that saw a number of the main characters from the comic getting action figures, including some for the first time in the G.I. Joe scale. The set consisted of Generations Jetfire, a re-release of a Transformer toy that hadn't really featured too often in the story, a new build Roadblock from G.I. Joe who resembled his appearance in the Renegades cartoon, an all-new modern Action Man from his design in the Revolution series, Rom the Space Knight, whose design looked like a mix of his original toy and the current comic design, a Dire Wraith, the villain from the Rom universe that had become a problem for everyone else involved in the crossover event, that used the body of Doc from G.I. Joe as he had been turned into a Dire Wraith in the comic, a brand new map tracker from Mask that used the original G.I. Joe 25th anniversary release accessories but utilised a new build and head sculpt for the modern design, a classic looking Leoric from the Visionaries, and a team of tiny unarticulated Micronauts figures. The display box was next level, with a Velcro door front that shows off the figures in a window box style. Just simply excellent. A great set, and my number 6 of 2017. My third honourable mention has to go to the Hasbro SDCC exclusive Missile Command HQ box set that was also available at HasCon. The set was revealed online by IO9 during JoeCon and was a really nice surprise for the fans. I enjoyed the set, but it misses out on this particular list due to yet another Cobra Commander figure. I mean, we have enough now already, right? Number 5, and finally something that wasn't an SDCC exclusive, Boss Fight Studio appeared in last year's list with the River Styx Guardian, so it's no surprise that they get another Vitruvian hack in this one. After giving us some of the most interesting, beautifully designed and superbly articulated action figures of all time in recent years, it is quite incredible that they were able to raise the bar even higher with this next entry. The Knight of Accord was a figure that truly took my breath away when I first saw it. I was able to release a video review before the wave of figures went on sale, so having the Knight in hand before many others was a truly memorable experience. I was amazed at the level of detail, amount of accessories, and really impressed by the range of articulation the figure had. The fact that you can remove a lot of the armour pieces was an inspired move, and the inclusion of multiple heads means that army building a diverse group of knights is both easy and fun. He was my favourite figure in the wave, and that is saying something when you look at the rest of those characters. Lovely stuff, and my number 5. At number 4, you voted for him. Well, I voted for him in the Titans class fan vote. Yes, that's right, the 4th place toy of 2017 for me was the gargantuan big-boned Titan Master chomping T-Rex that's also a base, Trypticon. He beat off Omega Supreme and Scorponok on a Facebook poll held by Hasbro in 2015 to see who would be the next Titan class figure. We had Metroplex first, followed by Fort Max, so Trip becomes the third in a rather large line of massive Transformers, and my goodness, isn't he awesome. The original toy from 1986 was re-released in 2015 in the Platinum Edition range, complete with motorised walking feature. This new version doesn't have that, unfortunately, but had they managed to achieve that with this new Behemoth, he'd be in the numero uno spot for sure. He is able to eat Titan Masters, change into a Battle Station T-Rex and City however, and he does come with a full tilt and the Titan Master Necro, who acts as full tilt's head in robot mode, and can sit in the driver's seat in vehicle mode. An absolute titan in every sense of the word. Trypticon is my number 4. Okay, now it's getting serious. We are into the top 3, and next up at number 3, we have a second appearance from Boss Fight Studio. Late last year, news broke of this awesome independent toy company's acquisition of the license for 80s anthropomorphic animal comic, cartoon and toy line, Bucky O'Hare. A short time later, we were treated to some fantastic design work and figure samples of Bucky and his long-awaited first mate, Jenny, whose original action figure never saw a wide release, despite Hasbro having her carded and ready to go. She was pushed to Wave 2, which unfortunately never materialised, and we never got her and a bevy of other cool characters from the comic and cartoon. Have no fear though, 33 years since their debuts in the comic story Echo of Future Past #1 by Larry Hama and Michael Golden, Bucky and Jenny are back and better than ever. The original toys featured a similar charm to them that lines like the Teenage Mutant Ninja / Hero Turtles displayed with their exaggerated features and interesting design choices. What Boss Fight have managed to do here is effectively capture that original charm beautifully, and at the same time create supremely detailed and incredibly articulated modern updates. They are exquisite figures and prove without a shadow of a doubt that Boss Fight Studio can handle a licensed property with care and respect. They have recently revealed a number of new characters including Deadeye Duck, a Stormtoad Trooper, and some awesome looking repaints that feature a chocolate Easter Bucky. Nuff said. Bucky O'Hare, you are back in the big time and fly straight into my number 3 spot. Now let's crocus some toads. Now it's getting sweaty. In at number 2 is another figure that fans have been waiting patiently for, despite having a fairly recent version that didn't quite live up to expectations. We had a few really nice Transformers Masterpiece figures this year, including Grapple and Cheetor, but my second spot has to go to Megatron. In 2007, Takara released the MP5 Masterpiece Megatron figure, and due to scale issues and terrible difficulties in transformation that bordered on torture, it's safe to say he wasn't accepted as a pure example of a Masterpiece toy. Despite that fact, he was re-released in gold in 2014, and I must confess I have both of them, and I was aware of the issues beforehand, so that should give you a better insight into my mind. Not to worry though, I got another chance to purchase a Masterpiece Megatron this year, only this time he was glorious. Almost everything that bugged me about the 2007 release had been dealt with, but guess what? It's bloody hard to design a Megatron figure that features a comfortable transformation. That isn't too much of an issue, but when you are filming said transformation for a video review and it takes you close to an hour to complete, then that can be a drag. All that aside though, we finally received a Megatron that is animation accurate, packed with homages and accessories, and actually in scale with the rest of the most recent MP releases. Such heroic nonsense at number 2. Here we are, number 1, numero uno, the big cheese. Well, apart from that last one. We have reached the end of our journey, or at least my journey through the top 10 toys of 2017. Here's a quick recap from 10 through 2. At 10, it's the best son of a bitch intro to a movie ever, SDCC exclusive NECA Predator Jungle Briefing Dutch. At 9, SDCC exclusive 1000 Toys Bait, Alpha Industries, Sainsbury's, Rumbelows, Wimpy, Woolworths, high-end collaboration 12-inch Cyborg Duke. I added some of those. At 8, ex-Blue Man Group member SDCC exclusive Star Wars Black Series Grand Admiral Thrawn. At 7, is it an alien or is it a mutated sewer monster? Does it matter? No, the awesome SDCC exclusive NECA Sewer Mutation Alien. At 6, Revolution and Evolution, what an amazing SDCC exclusive, the Hasbro IDW Revolution box set. At 5, all kneel before the Knight of Accord from Boss Fight Studio. Go ahead, kneel, the articulation is amazing. At 4, don't clash with this titan, Hasbro Transformers Titans Return Triptychon. At 3, let's pocus some chodes. I mean crocus some toads. Yeah, that. The amazing Bucky and Jenny from Boss Fight Studio. At 2, a Megatron finally worthy of the name, Transformers Masterpiece MP5 Megatron from Takara Tomy. And now, I can finally reveal my toy of 2017, and just like last year, it is Turtles related, and made by NECA. Yes, it's the quite simply awesome SDCC exclusive NECA TMNT collector's case. When NECA revealed that they were going to release this insane vinyl collector case complete with 4 repainted original cartoon-esque turtles, as well as a cartoon-style repaint of Shredder and 2 foot soldiers, the internet went wild. Well, my side of the internet anyway. Unbelievably, it got 1,000 times better when NECA finally showed us who else was included in the set. That's right, Krang in his walker. Oh my jeez. Cue internet explosion again. Not only were we getting these fantastic figures, but they were also going to be displayed in a throwback vinyl collector case to boot. Too awesome for words. It felt like I'd waited so long for NECA to make a Shredder, and then 3 came along at once. See my previous top 10 once I post it on my YouTube channel. Not just that, but Krang, new foot soldiers and repainted turtles? What is this? Christmas? Oh wait. Anyway, now we are getting semi-regular releases of these characters from NECA, we can also look forward to Rock Soldiers next year, and I'm sure more to be revealed. Whatever we get, I'm very excited and can't wait for the future of these toys. Back to the set, number 1 and very well deserved. Thank you very much for watching this little video, I hope you enjoyed it. This is absolutely just my personal opinion and I fully expect all of your top 10s to look very different indeed. With that said, make sure you comment with your lists in the comments of my Facebook post or on my YouTube channel. Now, before I forget, let's get to that competition, shall we? In conjunction with the Full Force podcast and In Demand Toys, I'm giving away a bunch of goodies related to my top 10 list, and one of you lucky people could win this massive Sacco loot. All you have to do is find the post titled Diagnostic 80s Top 10 of 2017 on the Full Force podcast Facebook page, like it and share it. That's it. That's all you have to do, you potentially lucky people, you. I will reveal the winners on January 1st, 2018. Right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will be back in the new year with video reviews galore, and then hopefully I'll be able to do this again next year. I have been Chris McLeod, aka Diagnostic 80, and you have been forced to watch this till the end because you just want free stuff. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.